All right, so at this point, we've written some bad code. We went through this with IntelliJ where we installed find bugs and then layered in check style and then layered in SonarLint. Now we're going to do pretty much the same thing with Eclipse. So if Eclipse is your preferred IDE, and it's been around for a very long time, it's an open source, it's a really great IDE with a lot of features and functionality. It's a little different than IntelliJ in that it's not necessarily commercially supported. You don't have to buy it. Some of the interfaces are going to be a little different, or the navigation is going to be a little different. But what we're really going to get to is pretty much the same thing that we saw in IntelliJ, but we're going to walk through that in Eclipse here. I'm on Eclipse Oxygen. You should note that in order to run find bugs, you need the JRE17. So you can use Luna, Mars, Neon, Oxygen. I'm on Oxygen. I always like to be as current as I can be with my IDEs, with my work, with my environments. So I've already set up a workspace and I've already added a Java project here. I'm just going to bring in our bad code from where we put this together earlier in the previous lesson. And so we have everything. This should be familiar if you walked through the previous lessons already. And we're going to start by going to the Eclipse Marketplace. And I'm going to search for find bugs. And there's going to be a couple of things in here. So we get spot bugs here. You can see it doesn't have a lot of favorites in there. You can see that the find bugs Eclipse does. So I'm going to focus on the find bugs, but this might be something that we want to explore here because they claim to look for 400 bug patterns, whereas find bugs is 200. Clearly, the more things that you can find, the better. And especially, you're looking for null pointer dereferences and infinite loops. Those things are generally considered to be really, really bad in software development, and especially if it makes it into production. But I'm just going to install the find bugs Eclipse product because we want to try to keep this as close to what we did before. We're going to install anyway, and it's going to ask me to restart. Again, when you're doing this for real, you can install all of these plugins at once and then restart, and you'll be okay. So you don't have to restart 3 different times like I did. All right, so we got that restarted. Now, I don't really see anything here, right? So one of the first things that I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Window, Show View, Other. Here I've got a Bug Explorer, and I've got Bug Info, and I've got Bug Reviews. We'll look at these different windows as we go through, but I'm just going to go ahead and open the Bug Explorer. You can see I don't really have anything in here. Let's go down to Find Bugs right here, and I'm going to hit Find Bugs. And it's going to go through and analyze and say, oh, okay, here are your code quality things, right? Comparison of string objects, unwritten field. These are looking really familiar. If I click over to problems, you're also going to see these things show up in here too. And you can actually see this is a find bugs problem. The cool thing is, as we layer these things in, you'll see that Eclipse is going to really compile our list of all of our problems in one place, which is very helpful. So we're going to go ahead and fix these things like we did before, right? I'm going to do that. I'm also going to replace this one. Okay. And then we're going to go find bugs. Should clean those up if I got it correctly. Yep. All right, very good. So that one's gone. And then this one here, it's calling out, here's my unwritten field. And then if I right click here, I can actually go show bug info. And this is going to give me the same information. So if you watched the IntelliJ one and you saw us clean this stuff up and you saw where it kind of displayed everything there, in Eclipse, it's just in a different tag. It's in a bug info tag or tab, sorry. So here we've got all our information. It actually shows you the XML output. So this is going down to where the actual problem is within the file. And then we decided last time around that we really don't need this guy here. So we're just gonna say goodbye. All done. Okay, we should be able to now run find bugs again. and then we don't have any problems displayed in there, right? Okay, everything's clear. It's looking good. So that's find bugs. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to layer in check style, and then we're going to go clean the stuff up there. So stay tuned for that.